Trinamool Congress over this incident, because time and again, in spite of there are measures being taken by the top officials, and particularly the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, took the stock several times after such incident happened in recent past. But rerun of this such blast and killing lives are happening in Bengal, and these kind of incidents are happening across Bengal. Putting a question mark on the role of law and order, and of course the police officials, because local says there are many establishment or houses where this such kind of illegal firecracker factories have been running for several years, and questions are still on. Why those led to run in spite of there are several orders from the top officials of the Bengal administrations. Back to you, Pooja.
Right, keep tracking the latest. Ritik Mandal showing us the ground situation there about now he says 5 people have lost their life. A firecracker factory where this blast has taken place, and from the looks of it there could be fear of some trapped under the debris, and that's why there is currently this rescue operation that's on. Ritik Mandal will be tracking the latest. We have more breaking news coming in. Let's take a look at that. It's a mega reality check on railway safety. The mystery of that LPG cylinder that appears to have led to the fire and the blast that we had heard about in the train recently. We'll go across and try and look at these visuals that are coming in. That there was this railway station that was used to smuggle the LPG cylinder in. And this is just a day later when India Today decided to do a safety check. And we saw that there were lax measures that were being taken at the Charbagh station. Passengers were clearly flouting the safety norms at will. Cooking food in coach had led, apparently we are being told, to the fire tragedy. But will no lessons be learned from these incidents? Remember, I'm talking about the Madurai incident where there was a fire in that coach in the train and had led to the loss of life too. But this time as well, when India Today also decided to do a reality check, was it a one-off incident? What happened? We are being told that an LPG cylinder, it's not allowed to take an LPG cylinder into the railways if our information is correct. And how was it then allowed to be used? What was happening inside the railway coach? There were, even when we did a reality check of the station, we found that there were lax measures at the Charbagh station. Passengers were flouting safety norms. Cooking food was, which was earlier being seen, that led to the fire tragedy. These are some of the visuals earlier, which are being considered as something that could have led to a tragedy of a cylinder blast. But is this a collective responsibility? First, the local deployment of the force and others, but is it as much about the passengers who do not consider security measures by themselves?
तमिलनाडु के मदुरै स्टेशन में एक हादसा होता है, इलीगली ले जाते हैं, और आप यहाँ पर तस्वीरें अगर देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर भी आप देखें बगल में स्कैनर लगा है, लेकिन विदाउट चेकिंग जो पैसेंजर्स हैं वो बैग लादे हुए और सर पर बैग रखे हुए लखनऊ के स्टेशन से ले जा रहे हैं। ये तस्वीर आपको हम लखनऊ जंक्शन के बाहर की दिखा रहे हैं, जहाँ बड़ा सा स्कैनर ज़रूर लगा है, लेकिन जो यात्री हैं वो यहाँ से आपको मैंने दिखाया, कई यात्री ऐसे हैं जो बिना चेकिंग के जा रहे हैं। हालांकि यहाँ पर आरपीएफ की तैनाती ज़रूर है, कई लोगों को रोकते हैं, पर कई लोग ऐसे भी हैं जो बिना चेकिंग के यहाँ से निकल रहे हैं बेहद आसानी से। तरीका क्या है कि आप यहाँ पर आइए और अपना बैग यहाँ पर रखिए और स्कैनर से आप चेक करवाइए सामान और फिर अंदर की तरफ जाइए। पर अक्सर ऐसा देखा जाता है कि लोग बिना चेकिंग के चले जाते हैं और उसी कारण होते हैं तमिलनाडु के मदुरै में हुए जैसे हादसे, जहां लोग आते हैं, सिलेंडर अपनी गाड़ी में ले जाते हैं, सुबह चाय भी बनाते हैं और फिर क्या होता है, फिर जो होता है मौतें और घायलों के आंकड़े। आप तस्वीरें यहाँ पर देखते चलेंगे। कुछ लोग ज़रूर हैं जो बैग रख रहे हैं अपना और स्कैनर से चेक करवा रहे हैं सामान। यहाँ पर तैनाती भी है, जो आरपीएफ की मैडम है वो यहाँ पर ये चेक कर रही हैं जो भी सामान यहाँ पर निकलता है, यानी कि अंदर कुछ पाया जाएगा तो रोका जाएगा। पर सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये है कि कई पैसेंजर्स आपको ऐसे भी दिखेंगे जो बिना सामान चेक कराए सामान को यहाँ पर निकलते हैं, और ये नज़ारा है लखनऊ के जंक्शन का।
Remember that 9 passengers from Lucknow, from Uttar Pradesh, were killed in this fire in that Madurai train, and that's one of the reasons that my colleague Samar Srivastav did a reality check from Lucknow, where the Charbagh station is, and Samarth is joining me now live. Now, Samarth, this is of course the job of the railway police, of the officials there deployed to ensure security checks are done. But this is as much about the passengers, irrespective of the state, that they have to follow and they have to not take combustible material if this is the real reason. As of now, prima facie, it appears that investigation is still on about it. Samarth, go ahead. What did you find at the Charbagh railway station, one of the most prominent, busy railway stations of the northern belt of the country?
Well, Pooja, I must say that it's a sad incident where 9 pilgrims of Uttar Pradesh were killed after this particular mishap, and all were from Uttar Pradesh, from Sitapur district, from Lucknow, and that's why India Today TV reached the Charbagh railway station, which is in the heart of city Lucknow, to find out, to investigate whether the RPF Jawans are checking the luggage that is coming from the passenger. Also, the passengers are taking their luggages to the scanners or not, because it's not just the responsibility of Jawans, it's also the responsibility of those passengers who come with their luggages to enter inside the trains and then they carry out their journey. But what we found in the reality check, many were there who did not even put their luggage to the scanners and went inside the platform and moved inside the train. Also, the RPF Jawans posted there, they did not even try to check those bags, while there were few passengers who knowingly put their luggages on the scanners, and via scanners their luggages got checked. But also in the reality check, when we spoke to a lot of passengers who were sitting inside the train, I asked them questions whether your luggage was checked by the RPF Jawans or not. Most of them said no, there hadn't been any checking. But when I asked, did you put your luggage on the scanners, they had no answer, because they knew that they were also at fault, just like the security men out there. Not just that, we also found one family who were carrying a lot of cooking stuff, though they did not carry the cylinder, but they have got all the stuffs, the cooking pans, the water cans and everything that is needed to cook up, as to cook something. And when I asked them, why are you taking all these things, so that to which they replied that we are going for the Char Dham Yatra and we need this for cooking. Though they said that we are not cooking inside the train after seeing that incident, though there were also few passengers who learned the lesson from yesterday's mishap. But one thing is very clear, it could be the story of various stations where most of the passengers are going unchecked inside the trains.
This is definitely not about one railway station or one group of pilgrims or one group of passengers. This clearly shows the callousness as much of railway officials as it is about the passengers also themselves. And if that's the reason, of course, investigation is still on. This is a developing story. Was it really a gas cylinder blast, or of that being taken by the pilgrims, or another theory? And the probe is on that. Thank you so much for now, Samarth Srivastav. Done a reality check, and well done on that. Thank you very much. It's a big escalation in Tamil Nadu, meanwhile, between the government and the governor and the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Remember, both the governor and the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin have been at loggerheads now for the longest time. After Tamil Nadu governor appreciated Hindu Dharma, the Tamil Nadu speaker's Sanatan attack now has come. Appavu has said, and I quote him here, Sanatan created the caste divide. It's a big defense of the British rule, says Tamil Nadu speaker. Claims British ensured the education for Dalits. Tamil Nadu speaker has called the NEET an unnecessary exam. So this has now become again a war of words between the two. Tamil Nadu, remember, relies heavily and specifically the DMK on Dravidian form of politics.
ஜாதியை சொல்லி நம்மளை பிளவுபடுத்தி அல்ல, நம்மளை ஒதுக்கி தள்ளி வைத்து அடிமையாக்கி கல்வி கற்று அவர்களுக்காக இந்த நாளை உருவாக்கி கொண்டார்கள். 7% பேருக்காக 7% பேர் படிக்கலாம், ஆட்சியில் இருக்கலாம், அதிகாரம் பண்ணலாம். மீதி அத்தனை பேர்களும் அடிமைகளாகத்தான் வாழ வேண்டும்.
So I'm going across directly to my colleague Pramod Madhav. Pramod, we have had these endless discussions on the sort of interactions that the governor and the chief minister or his party leaders are having. But how did religion now become the reason of fresh face-off, Pramod?
Well, here the aspect here seems to be the word Sanatana Dharma, because at times when the governor goes ahead and speaks with in front of students or any gathering, he claims that Sanatana Dharma is something that has unified the nation, and he also says that it was the British who was responsible for the degradation of the Indian culture. However, this is a speaker of the State Assembly of Tamil Nadu, Appavu, who gives a contradictory statement claiming that until 1785, no Shudras were allowed to own a land, and until Macaulay came to power, education was not for all. So this way, Appavu claims that Sanatana Dharma has only separated the Shudras or divided the society in the name of caste, and this is how Appavu is going ahead and replying to the governor.
Right, Pramod, keep tracking the latest, and remember, more than about uniting and doing work collectively as the governor, the chief minister, they're usually just bickering with each other on different issues. Thank you so much, Pramod Madhav, for the latest. I'm going across now to Madhya Pradesh, and a very disturbing story has come to light. This is about an 18-year-old young man from the Dalit groups who's been beaten to death. His mother was stripped. All of this happened